Welcome back to another Keeper Talk with me, Ashlyn, and today I'm hanging out at our stream tank. So you might notice that this habitat is a little bit different than our other aquatic life tanks. It is long and thin, and we have a lot of great big water flow coming through here, trying to replicate the movement of a stream. The main animal friend we have in here is our blue crayfish. You can see him right here. So it might look like a lobster. It's kind of a mini version of a lobster. Some people call them crawdads, crayfish, crawdaddies, crawfish. Crayfish is their official name though, and there are thousands of different species. Two species, however, are blue. One which lives in Florida, and one which actually lives in Virginia, in the Appalachian Mountains. Well, it doesn't really live on the top of the mountain, right? It lives on the bottom of streams and rivers that are near the mountains and the hills. These guys are bottom dwellers, which means they stay at the bottom. They also eat the stuff at the bottom. They're kind of like the cleanup crew of the streams. They like to eat dead things, plants, algae, sometimes other fish's poop to help clean up the bottom. You can see they have their pincers to help grab food, as well as a couple different mini legs right in the front. They'll see kind of grabbing and moving whenever they're eating. These crayfish are really important to their environment. They help balance out the ecosystem by cleaning that up. They're also invertebrates, which means they have a shell instead of skin like we do. And it's their shell that's that kind of bright blue color. Right now, I actually turned the lights off in the tank, and I have a little flashlight here. We use the flashlight as a form of enrichment to mimic what it would look like out in the wild. Say it's really dark out at night, and you have the moon come out and reflecting the sun. There'll be some reflection in the water. So by moving around this light, I provide something more interesting for the crayfish to look at, to examine, sometimes even chase after. And that's a really good thing. We want this crayfish to do the same things here at the Children's Science Center that it would do in the wild. So sometimes that means grabbing its food, sometimes that means hiding, and sometimes that means moving around like it's doing now. You can see its front little legs are moving quickly. It also has antennae to help it figure out its way around, find things at the bottoms. Its eyeballs, instead of being like ours, they have their eyes on eye stalks, which means they can move around and see not only in front of them, but to the side of them and up above too. That's because these guys are also sometimes prey. Larger fish, birds, and things will eat the crayfish. Sometimes people eat crayfish too. But crayfish like these are actually really rare. So it's a good idea to leave them in their streams where they belong so they can help the ecosystem. They can help clean up the streams. Pretty cool, huh? Thanks for joining.